Hi, Karen here. Thanks for joining me. Today I thought we would paint this really cute little watercolour. Limited palette. We're just going to be using blues and a little bit of yellow ochre. Nice and simple, beginner friendly. So let's get started. I hope you've had a good week. Hot here today. Woohoo! Absolutely hot here today. But I'm not moaning because it's better than that wind and rain. Just going to mix up a puddle of paint. Today I'm using my size 6 black velvet brush, and I'm just putting a little bit of cerulean blue onto my tray, just a little puddle of that. Now I'm going to just be using the tip going into my yellow ochre, and I'm just doing a dome shape. Okay, quite creamy consistency of paint. I've just rinsed my brush out, and I'm with a clean watery brush, I'm just dragging that down and just pushing that paint around. Okay, just in a nice dome shape, keeping that nice and watery, just taking off the excess. Now I'm just going to roll my brush just to take off a bit of that puddling water, and I'm just pushing that around, going into my lemon yellow. Ooh, gonna have to fill my pan up. Don't have much of that left, so I'm scraping round, and I'm just going to be dropping in the lemon yellow. Now, making sure I've got my brush nice and clean, because I don't want to make green when I go into the cerulean blue. Now, with the tip of my brush, I'm just going in, pushing down and pulling off. It's one simple stroke. So push down and then pull off, and then you get these really nice petally shapes. Now you can go as large or as small as you want. It's entirely up to you, and you can put as many in as you like. I put quite a big petal on that one. Oh well, it'll change it up a little bit for us, won't it? So now I'm going into very light sienna, burnt sienna, and I'm just dropping that in just at the base, just to give me a little bit of a darker hue. I'm just gathering a bit more of this lemon yellow, and I'm just dropping that in too, and just dropping that in. Okay, now I'm going to go into forest green. I've got a little bit on my tray, but I'm just going to grab a bit of Van Dyke brown, and I just want to make it a little bit more sagey colour, just taking the excess off. Now I'm going to just put my brush in and just put the stem in. Okay, now if you think, oh, I've put too thicker stem on there, which I clearly have, I'm just going to take it out. Just take it out with some clean water and your paper tissue, and just take that edge out with some clean water, and then just run your paper tissue over. Okay, Might take a few goes. If you're like me and you put a huge stem in, which I clearly didn't want. So I'm just going to let that dry a touch. Now on the butterfly, if you want to use your if you want to use your pencil just to mark it in, absolutely can do that. But I'm going to go straight with my brush. Now I'm just going to be doing a kind of petal shape. It's all, yes, it is. It's a petal shape, a long petal shape, and we're just going to bring that down. Okay, and then I'm going to go into phthalo blue. I've got a little bit on my tin, and I'm just going to drop that in just at the tip of the wing and just at the base. Okay, now I'm going to be using an a B pencil, and I'm just going to make these really nice little veins in the butterfly's wings. Now we're not actually using the pencil as a pencil, we're just using it as the tip of the pencil on the lead of the pencil, and we're just making a little track for the paint to fall into. Okay, now go back into cerulean blue, or whichever blue you're using, and again we're going to be thinking about, we want that white space in between, so we're going to do another petal shape, but we're going to widen it slightly and just bring it down, and then again we're going to repeat the process, and we're just going to go back into phthalo and then just use the tip of our brush at the tip of the wing and at the base there, and then we're going to bring back our pencil and we're just going to drag those drag the pencil through the paint so we get some really nice looking veins on the wings. Again, going into your blue, and then it's kind of like single cream, I suppose, the consistency of the paint. It's not so watery, but we need a bit of body in it, and I'm just going to do the final, just give it a little wiggle on the back of this petal wing, the last bit of the butterfly's wing. Now I'm going to bring that in a little bit closer, and then just let's round that off a little bit. Okay, and again going into phthalo blue, just dropping it with the tip of our brush on the tip of the wing, and again on the base of the wing there, and I'm just going to very lightly just make these very nice little wing marks, vein marks. Okay, now we're just going to run our pencil and just give a nice, it's kind of joining all the wings together really, all the elements of the wings, and then just so we know where we're going to put our butterfly's body, and then back into, if you think your wing is at the bottom are too close together, just close them up a little bit, that's fine, and just extend the wing, and then again go into phthalo. Okay, now I'm going to go into cerulean blue again, just make a little puddle of creamy paint, and I'm just going to drop a little bit in here, and then with a clean damp brush I'm just going to pull that down. Okay, just want a little darker blue in there, just a touch. And then just kind of pull them together at the center of the flower. Now you can either leave it as it is, or you can use your brush or use your pencil. I'm going to use my I'm going to use my fine liner, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give him his antennae, and I'm just going to just bring that body down a little bit. Okay, if you want to just elongate his body a little bit more, absolutely you can. And then for the final flourish, just some little blue, splatters. So there we have it, when only blue will do. There we go. Just bring it up to the camera so you can see it's still wet. Hope you can see okay, but it's a really lovely, fun little watercolor to do. Just see if I can bring it in. Does that help? Does that help you a bit better? I think I am going to splatter a little bit more, actually. Just so they stand out a little bit, just in the two opposite corners. Okay, so there we have it, a really fun, quick nod to summer of a lovely, easy summer flower. Oh, I forgot to just thicken up the base of the stem. So again, just pop the thicker stem in for you. Okay, well, I'll say goodbye. I hope you give it a go. It's really fun to do and makes a really nice card. Take care. See you again soon. Bye.